I spotted a fallen Ducati at a scrapyard in Yen Po. It's the real deal. It's got those gold forks up front, but the bodywork is missing. The brakes are top-shelf branded components. This definitely isn't your average run-of-the-mill bike. I hauled the pile of wreckage back home. The yard owner sold it to me for 8.5 a kilo, weighed in at 215 gin, sold strictly as is. The handlebars are snapped clean off. I really wonder if the rider's luck was tough enough to survive that. The gold lower triple clamp is sheared off too. The entire wiring harness is a nightmare. Looks like a total mess. I can't even tell where this connector is supposed to go. It's running an L-twin engine. Compare it to my fist, the thing is massive. The rear brake pedal looks like it was snapped right off from the impact. The rider must have been desperate. There's oil dripping from the bottom, and the rear wheel isn't any better. The tire is completely torn open. But honestly, that's all just superficial damage. I have a feeling we've stumbled upon a hidden gem here. Here's the fuel tank. It's plastic, really long and narrow. Once you strip that off, you're basically just left with the frame. The designers really pushed the limits on weight reduction here. But look, there are some old ignition coils tucked away in here. Looks like I need to pull out my bag of tricks. Let's pop this filter out. Now look at the bare frame. Doesn't it look exactly like the one that guy is riding? If it's really the same model, this thing must have some serious power. I figure I'll do a quick fix-up, flip it to your classmates, and we can make a tidy profit. Though looking at it now, both front forks are completely toast. With that simple frame stripped off, we're basically down to just the engine. This thing must pack a serious punch. Check out the rear wheel. It's a single-sided swing arm, but the suspension setup uses a multi-linkage system. The frame is pretty minimalist, but the engine is a complex beast. It's a belt-driven L-twin, and the cylinder block down here is massive. But look at this. The oil sight glass is completely smashed in. Oil is just going to leak straight out of there. I hooked the starter motor up directly to power. Good news, the engine internals aren't seized. I pulled the spark plug to run a compression test just to see if it's even viable to start. We got 8 bars of pressure popping up. That is totally enough to run. Now I just need to sort out this absolute rat's nest of a wiring harness. I really think we scored a huge deal with this one. Now, I need to verify the engine's condition on the absolute lowest budget possible. I've plugged in all the essential ignition wires, but there's no key for this thing. Not to worry though, I've got a little trick up my sleeve. I just need to bridge these 2 wires, give the contact down here a quick tap, and that should do it. Keep this between us, all right? I just hope this messy wiring harness doesn't come back to bite us. All right, I'm about to crank it over. Wish us luck. It sounds healthy as hell. Holy shit! I must have crossed a wire somewhere. The engine is definitely turning over, but I need to be sure. I'm going to strip the harness and trace it from scratch. It was purring just a moment ago. You can probably tell your classmates to come check out the bike soon. Hey, pass me the multimeter. I need to test these lines. Is this it? Yep, that's the one. I went back to sorting out the wiring mess, tracing the circuit from head to tail. Once I was sure everything was solid, I hooked the power back up. Whoa, we've got power. That confirms the wiring is solid. Now that the electricals are verified, I'm dropping the engine to inspect the internals. Surprisingly, it's way cleaner on the inside than the outside. just as I suspected. A Ducati owner isn't going to run trash oil in a machine this precious. So odds are the engine itself is in great shape. It was just that smashed sight glass causing the leak. And you wouldn't believe what they charge for that little piece of glass. So we're doing a budget fix. This is the closest match I could find. Cost me $7.5. It's a bit smaller than the original, but I've got a fix for that. Better put on your shades. Well, too late now, don't blame me. I welded a bead around the casing hole, then rebored and sanded it flush to match the exact size. Now this replacement fits perfectly. This replacement is 1.5 millimeters smaller than the OEM part, but we saved hundreds of bucks and, more importantly, skipped the 20-plus day wait for shipping. I'd call that a pretty slick move. I've topped up the oil, routed the wires, and hooked up the tank. She meets all the conditions to run now. Time to try and fire this engine up. Wish us luck! I've traced this wire from head to tail. By all rights, it shouldn't be acting up, but it just starts messing with us again. I swear this bike has a gremlin. Probably the last owner had bad karma. He just couldn't suppress this bike's temper. Even though I forcefully revived the engine, it's still being stubborn. But we're not amateurs here. I sorted out all the wiring and insulated the loom. I'm sure I didn't mess up the connections. That short wasn't on me. The engine is definitely good to go. Now let's clean her up. I'm using dry ice. We get it for like 6 yuan a kilo in these parts. I went through 30 kilos of dry ice, blasting the engine, the surrounding components, and the rear hub. It stripped away years of caked-on grease and surface grime. This is the main frame. No major structural damage or warping. It's actually in pretty good shape. However, this fiberglass tank is a different story. The color is completely faded and the paint is covered in scratches. So I sent it off to the paint shop to get stripped down to the bare material. Here is the frame fresh from sandblasting. The materials and welding craftsmanship are actually top tier. I also went ahead and re-welded that broken bracket back into place. I didn't waste a second. I immediately coated it with epoxy primer for rust protection, then sprayed on the red base coat, matched perfectly to the OEM factory color code. Finally, I baked it at high heat to cure the finish. Check out the red on this frame. It is spot on. The yellow on the rear shock, also dead on.
I even did some paint touch-ups and polishing on the engine. Plus, I managed to track down every single part for this bike over in Stonetown. We're finally ready to put her back together. Once I pop this seat on, the restoration is officially complete. And let me tell you, even if you offered me 8.5 yuan a kilo, scrap metal price, I wouldn't sell it to you now. Why? Because this beast has a nickname, the Super Saiyan. And yes, it fires up perfectly now.
This thing's got some serious kick to it. Come on, let's take it out for a spin. With that, the restoration of this 215 Jin Ducati is officially a wrap. Ducati handling is no joke. It feels incredibly light and agile. But let's be real, for everything else, you still need a back of steel to handle this beast. Thanks for your help, stay healthy, and go make that bank.